Good morning, friends. My name is Rakesh Kumar Khuntia, and today we are going to discuss the part 2 of IELTS. Today we are going to see about the different pattern of examination involved in IELTS. So, what is the pattern that has been included in IELTS test structure? Includes four parts: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. These are the four parts of IELTS test. The test timing is 2 hours and 45 minutes. So in a listening test, the module comprises of four sections, which has 10 sections each. It takes around 40 minutes, 30 minutes for test, and 10 minutes for transferring the answer to the answer sheet. So section 1 and 2 are about every day, that is, the social situations. The section 1 has a conversation between two speakers, for example, a conversation about travel arrangements. Coming to the section 2, it has one person speaking, and this one person who is speaking, it is about a speech about the local facilities. So this is a basic of section 1 and section 2. Now coming to the section 3 and section 4, the section 3 is a conversation between two main speakers, especially a discussion between two university students, which is perhaps guided by a tutor. The section 3 has only one person speaking about an academic subject. Each section begins with a short introduction telling the test taker about the situation and the speaker. Then they have some time to look at the questions. The questions are in the same order as they are in the recording. So it is very easy to answer. The first question will be before the answer to the next question, and so forth. The first three sections have a break in the middle, allowing the test takers to take the remaining questions. Each section is heard only once. So it is very much critical that the participant have to very carefully listen to the question very carefully. Now, coming to the end of the test, the students are given 10 minutes to transfer their answers to the answer sheet. The test takers will lose marks for incorrect spellings and also the grammar if anything is incorrect. Now, coming to the reading part has three sections and texts totaling 2,150 to 2,750 words. It is a variety of questions which are in reading, such as the MCQs, short answer questions, identifying information, identifying writer's views, labeling diagrams, completing a summary using words taken from the text and matching information, headings, features in the text, and sentence endings. The test taker should be careful when writing down their answers as they will lose marks, similar to the listening test for incorrect spellings and also the grammar. Now, the texts in IELTS academic includes the three reading texts, which comes from the books, journals, magazines, newspapers, and other online resources written for a non-specialized audience. All the topics are of general interest to the students of undergraduate and also the postgraduate level. The text involving in the general training of IELTS includes three sections. The section one contains of two or three short text or several short text which deals with everyday topics. For example, timetables or notices, things a person would need to understand when living in an English-speaking country. And section two contains two texts which deal with work of example the JDs, job descriptions, contracts, of an organization or the training materials. Coming to section 3, this contains about long text about the general interest, which is descriptive, longer, and more complex than the sections of 1 and 2. This text will contain from the text is usually is taken from newspapers, magazines, online sources, or the books. So this is how we see regarding the reading aspect. Now coming to the writing aspect, the writing paper has two tasks that has to be completed. In task one, the test takers will have to write about 150 words in 20 minutes. In the second section, the test takers will have to complete at least 250 words in about 40 minutes. The test takers will be penalized if the answer is too short or does not relate to the topic. So there's a penalty. So the test takers have to be very much careful when writing the test. Otherwise they will have to be penalized for the answers. The answer should be written in full sentences. The test takers must not use notes or any kind of bulleting points to answer this uh, writing aspect. Now, coming to the two aspects in IELTS academic and IELTS general training of writing, in academic, the task one, the test takers describe a graph, table, chart, map, process by chart, or diagram in their own words. So the test takers have to describe the graph, table, chart, map, process, pie chart, or a diagram in their own words. Now coming to task two, the test takers discuss a point of view, argument, or problem. Depending on the task, test takers may be required to present a solution to a problem present and justify an opinion, compare and contrast evidence, opinions, and implications, and then they will have to evaluate and challenge the ideas, evidence, or an argument. This is how we see in the section of writing in IELTS academic part. Now, coming to the IELTS general training in the writing section, the task one of the test takers will write a letter in response to a everyday situation. Maybe I can say an accommodation officer about problems with your accommodation, writing a new employer about the managing your time, or writing something to a local newspaper or a commissioner to develop some kind of new initiatives or kind of development in your society. Now, coming to the task two, the test takers will have to write an essay about areas of general interest. For example, whether smoking should be banned in public places, whether children's leisure activity should be educational, or environmental problems, how this kind of issues can be solved. Coming to the speaking part of IELTS examination, this is a very one-to-one kind of face-to-face interview between the examiner and the test taker. So the speaking test contains of three sections in this section, and the section one includes of introduction, where you will have to introduce to the examiner and also the interview panel members. The test takers may be asked about their home, work, family, studies, hobbies, interest, and the reason why you want to take IELTS exam, as well as other general topics such as clothing, free time, computers, and the internet. So here, in this introduction and interview part, the section one is of 4 to 5 minutes, where you will have to follow the pattern of your home, family, work, studies, hobbies, interest, and the reason of writing the test of IELTS. So coming to section two, it is a very long run process, long term, which includes of 3 to 4 minutes actually. The test takers are given a task card about a particular topic, where the test takers will be given a 1 minute to prepare to talk about this topic. Then the card states the points that should be included in the talk. And one aspect of the topic which must be explained during the talk, the test takers are then expected to talk about the topic for 2 minutes minimum, after which the examiner may ask one or two questions from the talk. Coming to the third section, it is a very kind of discussion which includes from 4 to 5 minutes, which involves a discussion between the examiner and the test taker, generally on questions relating to the theme, which they've already spoken in the section two. So it's more a kind of section two questions and discussions happening in section three. These questions usually consists of two sets of 4 to 5 questions. Now, coming to the scoring part, the scoring part in IELTS score, the test takers receive a score for each test component: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The individual scores are then averaged and rounded to produce an overall band score. The band scale, there is no pass or fail in IELTS. IELTS is a score of 9-band scale where each band corresponds to a specific competence in English. Overall band scores are reported to the nearest half band. The following rounding convention applies. If the average score the fourth skill ends is 0.25, it is rounded to the next half band, and if it ends to 0.75, it is rounded up the next whole band. The 9 bands are described as below. 0 did not attempt the test. 1 is non-user, 2 is intermittent user, 3 is extremely limited user, 4 is a limited user, 5 is modest user, 6 competent user, 7 good user, 8 very good user, 9 an expert user. So these are the categories where we see the bands and also the uh, description of these bands. I repeat once again, band 9 is an expert user who has an operational command of English language, appropriate, accurate, and fluent with complete understanding. Number 8 is also a very good user who has a very good operational command of the language with only occasional unsystematic inaccuracies and inappropriacies. Misunderstandings may occur in unfamiliar situations, handles complex detail argumentation well. So this is how we say about these bands. There's also a lot of conversion tables, listening raw score, reading raw score also. So we are also going to see the conversion table in our upcoming videos. We're going to see about how the results come out to the test takers, the location of test, and the test dates. And also, we are going to see in details about the global test scores, countries accepting this IELTS, countries with highest average scores, which is usually the United States with 7.5. And then we have the results by language, results by first language of test taker, and the country is accepting the IELTS. So with this news, we are going to end today's video, and tomorrow we are going to see again the part 3 of IELTS, where we're going to see in detail about IELTS. Till then, have a nice day, and please do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Till then, bye bye. Have a nice day.